So we are going to graph this inequality here of 4x plus 3y is less than or equal to 24 without converting it into slope-intercept form. So the first thing we're going to do is find our x and our y intercepts. So for our x-intercept, we are going to set y equal to 0. And I'm going to do this in red here. So I'm going to use that same inequality of 4x plus 3y is less than or equal to 24. I will do 4x plus 3y, so 3 times 0, because y is now going to be 0, is less than or equal to 24. We know that anything times 0 is going to be equal to 0, so we will just have 4x is less than or equal to 24, and then divide both sides by 4. We will have x is less than or equal to 6. And now I did write less than or equal, but we can go ahead and just say that's x equal to 6 because that's going to be our intercept. So knowing that, our x-intercept is going to be 6, comma 0, because again, we got 6 as what x is equal to when y is 0. And then we're going to do the same thing for the y-intercept. So for our y-intercept, that is when x is going to be equal to 0. So we'll do the same exact thing here now, where we will have 4x, and now this time x is going to be 0, so 4 times 0 plus 3y is less than or equal to 24. Again, anything times 0 is 0, so we'll just have 3y is less than or equal to 24. Divide both sides by 3, and we get y is less than or equal to 8. And now y-intercept is when x is 0, so our coordinate for our y-intercept will be 0, comma 8. And so let's go ahead and graph both of these points. So our x-intercept first of 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then our y-intercept of 0, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then using these 2 points, we're going to be creating a line to connect the both of them. So it'll look something like this. And let's just keep in mind here that our line is going to be a solid line because our inequality has an or equal to sign here. So this means it's going to be a solid line. And so now we have our boundary line established, and now we are going to figure out which side of the inequality we are going to shade, so whether it be the top right or the bottom left of the graph. So using that, we are going to be using a test point. So our test point, and remember that's any point that is not on our boundary line. So I'm going to use the test point 0, 0. And using this, I'm going to plug this into our inequality. So I will have 4 times 0 plus 3 times 0 is less than or equal to 24, which will then give us 0 is less than or equal to 24. And 0 is less than or equal to 24, which is true. And so because that is true, we are going to shade the side which the test point is on. So I'm going to go ahead and shade this side now. And so our inequality, when graphed, will look like this.